Welcome to the Reese Report. I am Andrew Reese, the mouth of the North, and I am joined by Jose Gomes. And guess what we're doing today? That's right, Eric Botello. I'm covering the EPL, buddy. Oh, you're just going to love this, aren't you? Well, Jose came up with this idea, and I thought it was a great idea for the show because I've been watching more EPL than I ever have for the last 5 years, thanks to most of my friends and the video game FIFA, which turned me on to soccer along with Lionel Messi. I know all you Portuguese people don't like him, but I like the way Jose puts it. Two different players that have given us a decade or more of incredible soccer from two different perspectives. So, hey, and you're gonna hear about Ronaldo today. And I will be fair, I promise you. I'm still gonna get hate anyway. You should see my last basketball show I did. So, Jose, welcome to the show. You ready to go?
Thanks for having me. Yes, of course. Let's talk about the beautiful game.
Yep. You can find Jose on Facebook and on Instagram at JAGR, Mr. Gonzaga. Okay. And this is only the beginning for us. We're going to have hockey soon. Training camps opening. But let's get to the EPL today, shall we? We're going to start off our show with West Ham 1, Manchester United 2. Manchester United has an ungodly away streak. I believe it's 30 straight games on the road without a loss. Just an unbelievably incredible coincidence or an unbelievable record. One of the two. I mean, last year was kind of a toss out. I don't count Liverpool losing 6 straight games at home with no fans. It's just not the same. So I'll just start off saying several penalty shoutouts in this game. I think there was at least 4 penalty shoutouts. I'm going to start with Ronaldo. I believe the first one should have been a penalty. Didn't get called. The second one was a dive. He fell before the guy touched him. And the third one was in the box when the ball came in and someone touched his arm and he did a flip. That's a dive. So Ronaldo, you got to stop diving, buddy. Like, I know you've kind of got it out of your game. You did it a lot when you were younger, but you got to stop diving, turning around, looking at the refs, and throwing your arms up in the air. It just makes you look bad. You're a monster of a guy. You're strong. Get in there and run guys over. You know what I mean? You've played very well. Ronaldo has 4 goals in 3 games since he's been in Manchester United. He's been remarkable. Everything you could anticipate. It's exactly what Manchester United needed. I will say that the young boy's loss is not on him, but Jesse Lingard is responsible for the loss and the win after that rocket in the 90th minute. And then, of course, we had a handball, which was a legit handball that was saved by De Gea. What David Moyes was thinking when he sent out a guy that hadn't even made a kick the whole game to take that, I'll never know. But I guess his penalty record was really good. What do you think, Jose, of this game? It was a wild game, man.
It was a wild game. Lots of penalty calls that could have been both ways. You know how the referees these days, they call these chippy fouls here and there. You know how soccer
They've changed
players,
it up this year.
Yeah, of course. And soccer players, they're always going to try to take that advantage of diving here or making a foul or yelling and screaming so they can get a yellow card. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's all about the theatric and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then again, it was a hell of a game. I think the West Ham goal was a deflection off of
yes, it was. Yeah.
So you can't blame the goalie on that.
No.
And then you had Ronaldo won the tap in after his rebound, after a nice big save.
I'll say this. It was a tap in, but Ronaldo's movement to get into the box and in between defenders is unbelievable. It's why he's so good even at 36.
Yes, that's what makes him a crazy striker up front. Like he knows how to take the defender away from him and gives him more space to like Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba or somebody like that. Or even the goal of Jesse Lingard. He takes 2 defenders with him and Jesse Lingard just cuts across and just hell of a shot right in top shelf.
Yeah.
And then you got to give props to De Gea. De Gea this year has been playing very, very well.
Yeah.
The game against Wolverhampton, he came up big for them. He made some big saves. And then this game, he saved that big penalty shot at the end and it gave him 3 points, right? And which they needed to if they wanted a chance to win the championship, right?
Yeah.
But the decision to put Noble taking the penalty shot, it was a good decision because he's a very good penalty
Yep.
taker. So, but then again, like it's like you said, he coming in and off. He's not warm. He hasn't kicked the ball, and he's coming off the sub and just to put him in to take a penalty shot. It's
Mhm.
it's kind of nerve wracking, right? Your first touch of the ball is a penalty kick in the last minute. So
Yeah. I
you
don't know
got to
what it
give him
is
that.
with England. England did this in the World Cup as well, cost you a championship that you predicted, where they sent two guys out that hadn't even kicked the ball in the game, and they both missed the penalties. Rashford and Sancho, I believe, were the guys who missed.
Yeah,
So it's
it's
just
the
not. It doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, but it's your best penalty takers, right? During the week, you train that, right? So
Hmm.
you have to go with your best kickers and the ones that have confidence. So if a
Yeah.
player that's on the field doesn't have confidence taking the shot, and you have a guy on the bench that's confident and he's willing to take it, then you got to go with him.
Yeah.
Hey, not all the time you're going to score, right? All the
True.
best players in the world have missed penalty shots, but
Yeah.
you have to have balls and stuff like that, and
It's not
sometimes
easy. I'll
it's
say
not
it's not
easy. It's
easy.
not.
And
It's not.
Ronaldo, I do make fun of Ronaldo sometimes. I call him Panaldo, but listen, he's excellent at penalties, and it's a skill. It's not easy to score penalties.
Absolutely,
Just ask Lionel
absolutely.
Messi, who's had his troubles. So that's
And
fine. West Ham has now missed 4 of their last 5 penalties. Ouch. That'll cost you some games.
yep, of course.
Manchester United, a quick thought on them. They have holes still in this team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rafael Varane, I'm not
That
sure he's a world-class defender.
mm,
So they're gonna allow some goals, Man United. They're gonna have to really rely on De Gea for them to win.
their weakness is the defense. The
Yeah,
defense is
yeah,
in the center. It's center backs are
yeah,
weak. Maguire, I don't see that guy as an amazing player as English
yeah.
people seem him to be. I think he's horrible.
Hmm.
He coughs up the ball. He makes lots of mistakes, and sometimes he's just been lucky that some guys have covered his ass. But he's like a turnover prone player. Like
Yeah.
it's horrible. But
If Manchester United continues to throw out the lineup they do with Pogba and Fernandez up front with Ronaldo, they're going to give up a lot of goals because you got like molasses slow Matic playing defensive midfield with that defense. Bisaka's good, but fouls too much. I mean, he almost got another. He should have got a penalty earlier in the game when he did a slide tackle in the box that they didn't call. They called a foul on West Ham. So they have some. They're going to have to outscore teams. I just don't think that's going to work against the Chelseas
oh yeah, absolutely,
you
absolutely.
know
I
even
think
even Liverpool.
I think like games like that against the big teams, he's gonna have to change this formation.
Yeah,
He's gonna win, if he's willing to put Pogba and Fernandez in playing at the same spine, then he's gonna have to take out a Sancho
yeah,
or Mason Greenwood or something like that, and
yeah,
just play with like 4 midfielders or 5 midfielders, and just Ronaldo up front,
yeah.
and
Because
then maybe like
they're
Bruno
not going to
Fernandez
defend.
playing behind them. No,
Pogba and
absolutely
Bruno are
not.
not defending.
No,
So
absolutely not. You have Matic and you had Fred that can
that's
defend,
it.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is attacking players,
So it should be Man U will be very interesting for the rest of the year. Now
Oh
we
yeah, of
go
course.
to poor Spurs. What a mess this team is right now. They got destroyed at home to Chelsea 3-0. I'll say they played a great first half,
Yes,
but just they couldn't score. Uh, Kane is in his sad sort of uninterested form right now. I think the coach there, Santos, put him in too deep a spot to be effective in the game. They put Son up front, which is not his best position either. So they were set up all wrong, which led to them not scoring. Chelsea added exactly what they needed in Romelu Lukaku, and that can only make them better. They're a threat to win both the double. They're a threat to win both Champions League and the EPL title. My question to you, Jose, is should Nuno have left Wolves for Tottenham?
Um, like he created that Wolves team, like with that dynamic, the formations and stuff like that. He got all those players from like the Portuguese league and stuff like that, mostly from Porto. But no, once you've seen that you do a great job in the small club, you always want to go to a bigger club and trying to win a championship there. The problem is he has no midfield and no defense. That's the problem with this team.
Yeah.
And in the first half, they did have 2 crazy scoring opportunities.
Yep.
Reguilon was on a breakaway I don't know. Instead of shooting the ball, he tries to pass it across to, I don't know if it was Kane or Son,
Right.
and then the defender interrupt, and then it was Son on a breakaway. The goalie made a nice save, and then there was like a loose balls.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, Chelsea just killed them. Chelsea was all over them.
Yeah, they
They had
pressed
like
them,
the
and
most.
it was over
Oh
once
yeah,
they pressed them.
yeah. Once they pressed them, they started losing the ball in the midfield. They don't. They don't. The problem is with Tottenham, they don't want to waste money. Like they don't have money to waste on big players for him to make his team. So he's gonna have to get like maybe these guys back from Wolverhampton, like Neves and stuff like that, players that are not gonna be so expensive, and then he's gonna have to build his team again.
I think they should have sold Kane.
I don't like they should have sold him so they can get the money
Yeah.
but it's like you said, he is not happy there. He's just there playing so he can get his paycheck and stuff like that. He's not with the same enthusiasm as he was last year.
Yeah.
And that sucks as a captain of the team and stuff like that. That's disappointing. And that's like playing with the less guy on the field. You know what I mean? So
is Chelsea the favorite to win EPL?
The way they're playing right now and the team that they have, yes,
I think
absolutely.
They're the favorites.
When you have Conte's on the bench and like that left wing guy from Algeria, like these guys are starters in any team.
Yeah.
And Kovacevic is on the bench and stuff. And these some of the best players are still injured and stuff like that. Their goalie wasn't even playing.
That's right.
It's a richness of money. That's what happens when you have an owner.
I think Tuchel deserves a lot of credit for this. I don't think
absolutely.
Lampard, like Tuchel, really.
No, absolutely. He's a great coach. He was a great coach. That was a great pickup for them, and he plays into the system very well. And Havertz, like people don't talk about this kid, but Havertz is this amazing player.
Yeah,
and he's just breaking into like he's gonna be something big.
Yeah,
and he's playing very well, very well.
Okay, so we'll move on to Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 0. Liverpool has their fans back, and that is going to make them incredibly tough to beat at home. Your favorite player there, Diogo Jota, put a tap in over the bar.
Oh my God. That was the worst miss probably of the season so far. Oh my goodness.
I could just see Ronaldo on the other side, so just like throwing his arms up or something.
He's yelling and screaming at him, "Why did you pass me the ball?"
Oh my God. So that was interesting early on. But then Mane ended up getting his 100th goal on a great set play where Salah walked around the wall and headed it off the goalie, and he put in the rebound. That was nice. And then Salah put in a rebound off another set play. And then Keita, a guy that people have kind of forgotten about, that they paid a lot of money for, he put in a hell of a volley, and I loved his celebration.
Beautiful.
He did the funny face celebration, which was great. I thought that was great. Great volley. So they get a win. I think Liverpool's a team everyone's forgetting about and not talking about. And they could surprise everybody, and I'm sure they love not being talked about.
Absolutely. And that home field advantage, playing at home field, just walking into that stadium with them when they're singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," it's like probably one of the best feelings ever in the world. Like you have to probably be there to live it, like you know, give you goosebumps and stuff. But besides that, the team is amazing. They're fast, they're quick. They have a Salah's on the playing him very good this year. He's in great form. Mane is doing his thing. The problem is with them, they don't have a striker. That's what Firmino is okay, but he's not like one of like Lukaku type of players, or you know, you need a solid number 9 there. If they end up picking up a nice striker, watch out, there'll be a dangerous team. But besides that, midfield defense, Van Dijk's back now, so that team's looking solid.
Yeah, I think they have the left and the right backs are great as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Arnold and
yeah.
And so, I think they'll finish top 4. I think they'll finish top 4, but I don't know. It's gonna be close, man. English Premier League is the best championship for that, because any given Saturday or Sunday or whatever, you know, these little teams can upset you or anything like that. It's always a competitive game and stuff. But
we'll get to an upset later on about how competitive this league can be. I think this is going to be the closest and best EPL race we've had in a long time.
Absolutely.
I hate the yellow cards when players celebrate. I just wanted to point that out. Like Salah scores and he just does a quick one piece off of the shirt, shows off those muscles, and they give him a yellow card. Even when Ronaldo does it, I don't like that they gave him the card, even though Ronaldo
It's
does
the
it a lot.
rules, man. It's
I
the
just I
rules.
hate that yellow
I
card
know,
rule. Just
absolutely. They should be. I don't, but like, I don't understand why you gotta take off your shirt. I like
I
celebrate
don't
with the
know. It's a
fans,
soccer
or like,
thing, man. I don't know.
like do a dance or something like that, or like NFL players do or
I
whatever. But you don't
yeah.
have to, take off your shirt unless you want to show off your physique. I don't, I guess, or
Well,
whatever. Maybe
Salah's
for
not.
the,
Salah's looking pretty good there, I
I
guess.
know, unless the ladies love to see that. So I guess maybe they do it for the ladies. So I guess.
Um, On to the upset that we talked about. Man City drops points at home to Southampton, 0-0. Missed opportunities once again for Man City. They really need a striker.
Hmm.
When they struck out on Kane and Ronaldo, it's really showing. They just don't have a center forward that can put the ball in the net, and it's really showing now. They're having to rely on their wingers to score goals. A very important call in this game. Walker received a red card, but it was reversed. I actually agreed with that decision. I did
Yeah.
not think
Yeah.
that
Me too.
he fouled the guy and deserved a red, so I thought that was the right call. But Southampton hangs in there and steals points.
Yep.
This was surprising.
It was, especially at the Manchester United's home stadium at the
Yeah,
Etihad,
yeah,
and it's hardly see any of those road teams go there and take any points from them.
hmm
But like you said, they need a striker. They're
yeah,
badly needing a striker. They can't depend on the wingers scoring goals like Sterling and
hmm
Grealish. And I'm sorry, but that was the worst money that they could spend is on Grealish. $100 million for a player like that? Absolutely not. I don't think I think he's a great player, but
he's good, but
he's
100
not
million,
$100 million.
right?
Absolutely not. They
Yeah,
could have got like 3 or 4 good players for that much money. But
yeah,
then again, it's when you have the richest like these teams like Man City and Chelsea, you can throw away money like crazy,
yeah,
like when you have
yeah.
billionaire owners and stuff like that.
They
But
got
then
away
again,
with
the
it
game
last
was
year.
yeah, but the game was dull. Like there
Yeah,
wasn't like a lot of big scoring chances for any teams. Like there was that red card, but it
yeah,
was like you said, it was a great decision. They checked it in the VAR, and he
yeah,
didn't. The guy forced himself on top of Kyle Walker, so
yeah,
it was no penalty shot either.
yeah.
So it's good.
Well, when Hasenhüttl, the coach of Southampton, celebrates after the whistle 0-0, that's what he was going for. He was
Yeah,
going for
absolutely.
0-0.
Yeah,
Um, they got away with it last year. Manchester City got an amazing season from Ilkay Gundogan, who scored all their
mhm.
goals last year at center
Yep,
forward. And I just don't think you can rely on that happening again. All their good players are wingers. And
yep.
so, you're cutting in
It's
trying to
true.
score from the wing, and that's not always going to work when you have a team that has 11 guys back. So we'll see how that goes for them. That's they've lost now to Chelsea and dropped points to Southampton. So in that race, you don't want to be too far back.
Yes, of course.
Um, oh boy, Wolves 0, Brentford 2. Brentford off to a great start. Wolves have now gone 3 straight games without scoring at home. Their fans are not happy. And I just wrote down here, Adama Traore might be the fastest, strongest guy I've ever seen play soccer who can't score.
That's
I've
true.
never seen a guy with so many chances and can't
He's
score. This
he's
guy,
got a he's got a
holy gee.
cannon. He's got a cannon of a shot. Did you see that shot that he took off the crossbar?
Yeah.
The goalie almost freaking went inside the ball within it. It
I
went
mean,
inside the net with the ball. Like it was a crazy. But like, don't get me wrong, Wolves they've been playing good soccer. It's just been unlucky not to score goals.
they've had a lot of chances.
Yeah, they absolutely. And they've just been unlucky not scoring chances. And then they don't have any other striker except Jimenez. So you're depending on Jimenez, and you look at him, and you can see that he's a different player from what happened last year when that serious injury on the head that he got.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not the same player as he
Right.
was before.
Right.
So you notice, and then you said like Traore needs to step up his game a little bit. I think he's an amazing player. Like he's probably the best player on the team, but
hmm
he needs to step up his game a little bit more. Like, and the coach
Yeah.
too. Like, I think he's gonna be the first coach fired. To tell you the truth, honest truth.
hmm
He's a great coach, but I don't think he doesn't have the players
He
for
doesn't
that
have the
team. You know what I
players.
mean?
Yeah.
That's the problem. The players that they have are too young.
Yeah.
There's like they're probably the youngest probably team in the Premier League,
hmm
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then it's sad because you eventually this team will be a big team in the future with all these young kids when they develop themselves a little bit better and stuff like that, they will be a good team. But I don't think it's going to be with Bruno Lage. I think he's going to be the first coach fired.
Yeah. A great start for Brentford. Ivan Toney is an absolute truck. That guy's a monster.
Yeah, yeah. He's
really
a
good player.
He's a skinnier Lukaku. That's what I've had. Yeah.
Yeah. What a find for them. For that guy, he's really, really good. He might keep them up in the Premier League the way they're going right now.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Big win for Brentford. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This was the biggest surprising result for me other than Man City. Villa just gives it to Everton 3-0 at home. Is Benitez on the hot seat, Jose?
It's too early to tell if he's. I don't think he's on the hot seat
because they already don't like him over there.
Oh, of course they don't like him because he's coming from
Liverpool.
Newcastle and Liverpool
Newcastle.
And stuff. Yeah, exactly. So it's not like. But he has the team to regroup. I think they had a bad game against Aston Villa.
3 goals in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, of course. And don't get me wrong, Aston Villa does have a good young team, man. Those guys are really good. People don't give them a lot of credit.
Well.
Yeah, of course. And they ended up getting all these players from the second division, the players that can play, and they're a really good team, man. I think they're gonna finish in the top 10 this year.
Leon Bailey, he is a fast player. He scored a couple of goals. And I just wrote down, is Benitez still a good manager? I'm not sure he's still good. I
don't see. The problem is with Benitez, I think he's done. He's like a Mourinho.
Like Mourinho,
I mean? Yeah. He did his thing. I don't think he's fit for the Premier League.
Yeah.
There's coaches that are fit for their system. Like Mourinho, I think he's perfect in Italian soccer because it's more of a defensive game, counter-attacking game. That's Mourinho's game. English Premier League is not like that. English Premier League is up and down. Like I attack, you attack, I attack. It's like fast-paced. And some of these coaches, they can't coach in the Premier League because that's not their system. That's not their style of soccer. So that's why I think Benitez. He has a good team this year. I think they should. He will regroup. They had just had a bad game. That's all it was. I think they'll do well.
Okay, we go to Brighton 2, Leicester 1. A little bit of a surprise. Although Brighton's off to a good start, Leicester's kind of is off to a slower start. Mr. Vardy has 150 Premier League goals. I think that's a remarkable story that guy has 150 goals.
Absolutely. That guy is, and he doesn't get called up to the national team. How does that guy not get called
because
up
they got Harry Kane. And
yeah, but still, like, are you kidding me? And you telling me that guy wouldn't score goals in Man City?
Yeah, I think he would. I think he'll score goals anywhere. I think he's another a guy who knows how to poach. He's just a guy who knows where to go to score goals. Leicester kind of got shafted a little bit in this one. 2 offside goals. Now, Jose, as a person who's not who's a rookie, I guess you could say, watching soccer, why are those 2 goals offside, and should they have been offside?
Well, it depends. Like,
it's the screening goalie rule. I get it.
You can't. The problem is when you're in front of a goalie, for example, like when you're in front of the goalie, you can't block his vision type of thing. Like if you're in an offside position, if you're behind the defender and you're blocking the goalie's thing, you can't do that unless you move away from the ball.
Right.
Unless you move away from the ball and you don't have nothing to do with the ball, like when it's shot, then it's not an offside.
Right.
But if you're in that position and the ball's shot and you just like do a little flinch out of the way like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that's gonna be 100% like offside all the time. 100%. It's just like dumb rules. Like sometimes like it depends on the games, the referees. Like I've seen games that's like in Portuguese league, it's a joke sometimes with these referees. I've seen goals like that happen when the guy's just there and he just ducks down like that. That's offside. You know what I mean? Like you have to move fully out of the way. Like you can't just duck like that. If you're like obstructing the goalie. That's all it is, right?
So Brighton, good start for them. They got a penalty that I wasn't sure was a penalty in the game as well.
It was
that was kind of iffy for me.
Yeah.
But they did get it and they scored, so they win the game 2-1. Leicester may not make it this year to the top 4, but we'll see.
No.
And I think that their coach there, Rodgers, might be looking for not because they're going to get rid of him, but might be looking for a better job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But they have the team to compete.
Yeah.
They have the team to compete. It's just the beginning of the season they're starting off bad,
Yep.
but they're not finishing top 4 like last year.
No,
That's 100%.
The battle of the bottom teams here. Norwich 1, Watford 3. Watford not too bad. They're doing okay. Norwich has now lost 15 straight English Premier League games, scoring 3 goals and allowing 38. Oh my God. I think they're going down, Jose.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a relegated
That's
team.
the first coach getting fired.
They do have the best. Do they have the best striker name ever?
Pookie.
Pookie.
Pookie's that's good. I know
that guy's got the best name in football, and he scores 2 goals
Finland.
too.
Plays for Finland.
He's the good striker. But the freaking Watford played well.
Yeah,
Sarr scored 2 goals.
Yeah,
good play. It was a basic game. So
I mean, I think that coach is the first one to go over
Norwich. Of course, but they don't. The problem with this Norwich team, they didn't end up buying anybody. Like they just brought up the team that won the
that also went down the prior
division,
year. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So,
Burnley 0 at Arsenal 1. Arsenal is a disaster right now. They're I believe they're 4th. They're like the one team above the bottom right now. They're struggling to score. They signed a bunch of players that don't fit the team. Arteta just looks lost as a manager. I don't have much to say other than they won the game 1-0, but it's just it's a disaster of a team right now.
Off a free kick they scored. They have, but it's unbelievable. They have the players to play well. Like I don't understand. They have Aubameyang, Odegaard's.
Lacazette's not even playing.
Like that Saka guy from. They have a good enough team. It's just the problem is that they have no defense. Absolutely, you talk about Manchester United. These guys have no defense.
They've never addressed it. Never.
No, nothing. And I'm surprised. Like they have the money to waste. It's not like they don't have money to waste. These guys, they're very stingy. This is a team that has money, but they never want to waste money.
Well, they spent 150 million, didn't get a defender. Makes no sense.
Me neither. I don't.
So they're going to struggle. They'll stay in the Premier League, but they're not going to contend for anything.
No, I think they'll finish in the top 7, 8 around there. I don't nothing big.
And to end off our show, Newcastle 1, Leeds 1. Leeds is a very exciting team to watch. They just go all out and try to score 1 million goals and outscore you. Patrick Bamford's a really nice player. They've got some decent guys that can go forward. They'll put every guy in the box to score a goal, even if they get caught on the back end. I love their coach.
He gets hype into the game. Like that guy, he's like another club type of thing. He lives for the moment. But they have a good team with Rafinha, Rodrigo there. They have a good offensive team. But like you said, like defensive back there, if they get hit on the counter attack, it's kind of it could be one of those games like they could get the spanking like 3-0, 4-0, stuff like that, right? Yeah. But they can score though. That's one good thing about them.
Yeah. So that was the Premier League from last week. Jose and I are going to give you some picks for next week's games now. Let's start with Manchester City home to Chelsea. Oh, what a game this is going to be. Jose, who do you got here?
I got Chelsea winning this one.
Yeah.
I just feel like Chelsea's playing very well and they're on a hot streak right now. And they have the players to keep up with City.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Chelsea in this one.
I got Chelsea as well. Tuchel's been an incredible find for Chelsea. I think Pep is planning his exit. Yeah, I'll just say that.
Me too. I forgot to say that. So I think he's done.
I think he's planning his exit out of Man City.
He's been having a lot of problems with the fans lately. Yeah, talking back to them. I think it's going to be time at the end of the year that he's gone to.
Yeah. Aston Villa, Manchester United. I believe this is the home debut of Ronaldo. Am I wrong on that? Has he played at home already?
Yeah, he played against the Newcastle game.
Okay, so they play home to Aston Villa. I've got Man U, and I got Ronaldo scoring another goal.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think he scores this one. I
No,
think
not
he
this one.
plays well.
Okay.
Not this one. Not this
Okay.
one. I don't think he plays. I don't think he scores in this one. But I think he assists a
Okay.
goal maybe by
Okay.
like Mason Greenwood or Bruno Fernandes. But I don't think he scores.
Okay. We'll see. Manu keeps it going. Uh, Norwich at Everton. Oh my God, Everton needs this one. I got Everton. They better win this game, or Benitez might have his head on a platter in the fan stadium.
I think so too. They're playing the worst team in probably the Premier League.
Yeah.
They should win this game.
Yeah.
I have Everton as well.
In my favorite game of the week, West Ham leads in a game that might be 5-4 by the end of it. I've got West Ham winning this one.
I have a draw on this one, but it's
Okay.
going to be a high scoring draw.
Yeah.
High scoring draw.
Yeah, probably be the game of the week.
Oh yeah,
Other
for
than
sure.
Manchester City, Chelsea, but that could be one of those snore fests because neither team wants to lose. Burnley, Leicester. I got Leicester here. Big game for them. They got to win this one after dropping a few points there.
I have Leicester winning as well, but it's going to be a tight one against Burnley.
Yeah.
Burnley's very defensive type of
Mhm.
team, but I think Leicester will squeak out a win. Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, Leicester's bad on set pieces, so that could cause a problem. So better watch out. Burnley's got those trucks and those trees on the set
It's true.
pieces, so that's how they score on you. So watch out, Leicester. A Newcastle at Watford. I was gonna say draw, but I'm not doing draws, so I'll go Watford.
I have a draw. I'm
Yeah.
doing draws. I think these two teams are even matched.
Yeah.
They're like mid-table type of teams. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna probably be battling for the relegation. So
Yeah.
I have a draw on that one.
Okay, this is another good game. Liverpool travels to Brentford in a game that you wouldn't think would be competitive, but man, the way Brentford's playing, you never know. I got Liverpool, but I think Brentford's got a shot in this game.
Me too. I have Liverpool, but I think it's gonna be a very tight game, and Brentford's gonna give them. They're gonna make their lives a living hell in this game.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have to convince me too hard to take a shot at Brentford in this game, just to catch Liverpool on a little bit of a down. But we'll and I think the Champions League is the following Tuesday and Wednesday, so
Yeah.
that could set up a situation where they're not playing their best players. So watch out for that game. Wolves at Southampton. I got a draw here, but because I don't like draws, I'm going to say Southampton wins because the Wolves can't score.
I'm gonna disagree with this.
Oh, here we go.
At
All
first, I had a draw, but then
Yeah.
I'm changing my mind. I think
Okay.
I think Wolves is gonna win this one. I think Southampton's coming off that big high against Man City,
Yes.
and I think Wolves need this win more than Southampton, and so I think Wolves as they're gonna win this game. I take Wolves.
Okay. The North London derby. Arsenal goes to Tottenham to play the Spurs. I got the Spurs here, and I predict Kane and Son both score.
I agree with you. I think Tottenham is gonna bounce back from that loss against Chelsea, and I
Yeah.
think they should win this game. Arsenal, there's
There's nothing. They got nothing there. Like it's
I don't know.
just. I mean,
It's sad. Like from what they were before Arsenal, what they were before to what they are now. It's disappointing.
I think Arsenal should stop giving renewal contracts because every time Ozil gets a renewal, he turns into a disaster. Aubameyang gets a renewal, he can't play anymore. Like, just stop giving extensions to people. Like it's a disaster. You're gonna turn into Barcelona pretty soon. You keep doing that.
It's true.
And then our final game, Palace goes to Brighton. I got Brighton here because they're playing great. What can I say?
Yeah. I have Crystal Palace. I like Crystal Palace, and I think they played well last week, and they were unlucky to lose to Liverpool 3-0. I don't think they should have lost 3-0. But
Yeah.
Zaha had a couple of opportunities to score in that game, but I think Crystal Palace will regroup this week and beat Brighton.
Okay, there you go. So that's our EPL review, guys. That's our coverage. We're going to try to do this every week. It's a lot of fun watching the EPL, especially with Ronaldo coming back. Hey, listen, I'm happy he's back. I was more curious than most people to see what he'd do in Man U. I think it really helps them, possibly win the title. I think it's exactly what they needed. So I'm happy to see him. My only wish is that those dumbasses at Barcelona didn't stop Messi from going to Man City last year, and we'd really have something to go
I
crazy
know that
over.
would be crazy.
But that's okay. Messi to me, like if he was in the Premier League, he would have messed up the Premier League too. I mean, you got a guy like Vardy who scored 150 goals. Salah's got over 100 goals. I mean, Messi would have done fine in the Premier League, but
I think so too.
it just never happened. That's all.
I think but this year he's been struggling a little bit in PSG. Even in the last game he got subbed, he wasn't very happy when he got
No,
subbed
he
off.
wasn't. He's only played a game and a half.
Yeah, that's the
He's hit the
problem.
bar
He's not fit.
twice.
He's not fit.
So he'll be fine. He hit the
Yeah,
bar
he'll be
twice.
fine,
So,
but
I
it's
think
been
Champions League is or bust for him, really.
yeah, absolutely. That's why they bought all these players in PSG. It's not to win the championship; it's to win the Champions League, right?
Yeah, and we will cover the Champions League at some point as well because that competition is going to be crazy. There's no real favorite to win that either. A lot of teams look good and have a chance, so we'll look forward to doing that. But until next time, for Jose Gomes, I'm Andrew Reese. See you next time on the Reese Report. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on our videos, and we'll see you next time on the Reese Report.
Your face of your